You're just joining us. You're late. They went that way. Run, Magda, run! We're going to take a break from the Christmas movies for a moment. Not because I've lost my Christmas spirit. I live Christmas. You feel? But because we're going to take a moment and reflect on a thing that is Xena, Warrior Princess. One of my favorite TV shows. Like, I am gonna do a video, probably several, about Xena Warrior Princess because it was like a staple in my house growing up. Before the internet, it was especially before the internet was like widely available to us all, and we had endless porn. We had Xena Warrior Princess. It started, if you don't know Xena Warrior Princess, and I thought everybody did. Like, I thought this was, like, I thought Xena was commonplace everywhere. Like, I thought you knew who Xena was, like you knew who Jesus was. Even if you didn't believe in her, you still knew of her, right? But no, apparently, not a lot of people know about Xena anymore. And it hurts my head. Well, we're not, like I said, I'm going to make a video about what like the show Xena. But what you need to know is Xena was
a mighty princess forged in the heat of battle.
She was like a bad guy, but then she became a good guy. And her hetero life partner, probably also a lesbian life partner, Gabrielle, they travel the countryside and they kick ass. Every episode, they go into a town and they kick ass. But what happens when Christmas is? Is there like a Xena Saves Christmas? I'm pretty sure there is.
As to the charge of celebrating the winter solstice, I find you guilty of singing carols and decorating a tree. 12 more months.
So the episode starts, we meet this like Puritan ruler type dude. He hates Christmas, outlawed Christmas. They call it solstice, but what they mean is Christmas because there is multiple solstices. We'll find out through the episode that they're definitely talking about Christmas. Man hates Christmas. He's outlawed it. He has no respect for anybody that celebrates it. He knows his staff does, but he just like...
Senecles?
Yes, Your Majesty?
Have you prepared the eviction list for today?
Today? But sire, today is so...
Yes.
Today is so... late. So late.
Plays coy about it, right?
Yes.
He doesn't... He's not gonna push the issue. He wants to catch you in the act, and then he's gonna make your life hell. Now, we meet Xena and Gabrielle. They are strolling into town. They are talking about solstice.
No spying. If one of us sees the other shopping in a stall, then she turns and walks the other way. Agreed? No peeking into other people's bags, too. I mean, being surprised is half the fun, right?
Right.
Nothing can cost.
Gabrielle is excited. She's gonna get Xena some gifts. Xena's like, I don't really care, but Gabrielle's excited about Christmas. As they're walking in town, Xena...
nothing can cost more than 5 dinars.
She's always on the work. She's got the eyes of a hawk. She's always on the lookout. She spots this kid. This kid's eyeing her shit, and she knows it, but she just lets it happen anyways. The kid...
Because then it wouldn't be a gift. Hey! What was that about?
Comes over and he snags her chakra and just takes off with it. Xena goes to chase the kid down, but Gabrielle's like, don't murder the kid. I know you love to murder children, but you've changed. You are a different person now. It's Christmas. Don't murder the kids. She's like, fine, I won't murder the kid. I'm just going to go get my chakra back. She chases the kid down to an orphanage. They go into the orphanage to confront the child, and there's her chakra.
Don't forget the goose. Lionel, can you get us a goose too?
one goose. We'll need more than that.
The round thing looks like the king's crest.
In honor of his cold heart.
Take this list.
Nice tree.
It's all right.
Being used as a topper of a Christmas tree because I told you it's Christmas. That's the solstice they are celebrating, is the winter solstice. They are celebrating Christmas. So they got a Christmas tree, and they got the chakras on the top, you know. So like while they're there doing the confrontation, some guards show up with the guy that was at the court thing. The king's or the ruler's like henchman dude. He's there with some guards.
By order of King Silvus, be it known you have until midnight tonight to pay taxes in the amount of 1,000 dinars or face eviction.
Why, wait. Look around. They're violating the prohibition. I say, arrest them now.
And they're there to like serve the eviction notice. And Xena uses her chakra for what it does. Murders people. No. The murdering that this tool, weapon, whatever, does is no more. It used to be an item, a feared item that would murder everybody. I'm sure this thing slit the throat of thousands of children. But nowadays, what she does is she throws it, and it bounces off of everything in the room a whole bunch of times. Either incapacitate the bad guys somehow other than just slicing them up. And that's enough to win. Christmas is saved. Show's over. It's not. Magda, you told me that's where it ended. There is like, the theme song hasn't even played yet. The theme song played somewhere around here, I think. The episode is just getting started. Xena's saved these people from nothing. All they were there was to say, hey, you got until midnight to pay up or get the fuck out. And they still managed to do that. They just got also tied up with ribbon. Xena and Gabrielle are like questioning the king's henchman dude. Like, why do you work for this piece of shit? And he's like, look, I used to be a toy maker, but, you know, he outlawed
On the
Christmas.
street on Solstice Eve.
I like to eat. When King Silvus outlawed toy making, I had to take whatever job I could.
And Gabrielle's like, wait, you're Sinterklaas. She just knows him. It's because it's Santa Claus, right? You know, it's Santa Claus. It's Justin Bieber's dad.
Wait. Sinterklaas. Of course. When I was a little girl, I had a toy you made.
Now, though, he can't do the toy making stuff. It is outlawed. So he works for the king. Revealed that the king wasn't like always a piece of shit. He used to love Christmas, but then 30 years ago his wife died, and ever since then he hates Christmas and he's banned it, and he hates everybody, and he's a miserable old man. So Gabrielle is like, oh, I got a story.
That reminds me of a story I heard once.
A story!
Okay.
And the kids hate it. She hates it. Everybody hates it. I don't know why they left it in.
I like this story.
Actually, I didn't like the end of that story anyway. And I bet we could change it.
So now they know that they have to save the orphanage. The orphanage is going to get shut down, and it's Christmas, and they don't fuck with that. Even if it wasn't Christmas, they weren't going to fuck with that. Gabrielle's like, look, Xena, I know you just want to murder the king, and that's a good plan. It'll work. but why don't we do it like not that way? Why don't we do a non-violent way? It's Christmas time. And Xena's like, fine, because it's Christmas, we need disguises and we need to get to the castle, and we're gonna do some Scooby-Doo type shit. And then they rope in Santa Claus to help them because everybody that they encounter is just on their side or against them and gets a spinning disc of death thrown at them. So it's smarter if you're Santa Claus to be on the good side, right? While the plan is all coming together, Gabrielle inherits a donkey. She gets this guy. He's like treating the ass like he's an ass.
You stubborn ass! You've been nothing but trouble the entire time we've been together. Now move!
So there's like this guy being an ass to an ass, and she's like, yo, dude, nice ass. And then he's like, will you like it? $50. $50. And she's like, $50 for a donkey? And he's like, oh no, I meant like, I'll give you $50 if you peg. But then she ends up with the donkey because Gabrielle and Xena are good people, and they're animal lovers. Lucy Lawless, I don't know if she still is, but was a member of Greenpeace. They're good people in the Xena show, not like Kevin Sorbo. Kevin Sorbo is an asshole. Show the donkey picture when I say Kevin Sorbo. Type in the comments too, right now. Everybody, timestamp this. Kevin Sorbo is a peanut. I don't know why. Lucy Lawless just always calls him Peanut, and I think it's really funny. So let's just do it. Timestamp. Kevin Sorbo is a peanut. Also, hit the like button or the subscribe or both. Let's get back to Xena. Xena breaks into the castle because she's Xena, and even though it's a castle with guards and all of that, Xena just goes in, breaks into the king's room, wakes him up, and he is a little bitch. She's like, oh, please don't hurt me.
Jewels, money, anything. Take it. Just have mercy on an old man.
Please don't hurt me. And then she confronts him about being a piece of shit, and then, you know, brings up Christmas. And as soon as she brings up Christmas, then he's like,
Minutes. You're one of those solstice lovers, aren't you? One of those rebels who thinks that everything and everyone should stop once a year just to raise a glass, eat a goose, unwrap gifts. Well,
suddenly he's got balls again. Suddenly he's like, hold on. I just thought you were here to rob me and maybe peg me a little bit. Like, I already got my pants off while under the blanket here. I thought this was gonna go a different direction, but now you're one of them Christmas folks. Get out of here. I am so flaccid right now. Like, he's a little bitch boy, but he doesn't like Christmas, and if you bring it up, he's gonna get mad, and he's got a temper. Guards chase her away. She ends up in like a room in the castle where she finds an old Christmas tree. And the ghost of Christmas past is born, because now we find out what Scooby-Doo type shit they're gonna do. She's gonna do a fucking Charles Dickens A Christmas Carol. I mean, the episode is called a Solstice Carol. Magda, you didn't let us know that, did you? We didn't.
It's on the street on Solstice Eve.
I like to eat.
It's a public domain story, and while they can afford to spoof a different movie, why pay money and make Xena Goes Footloose when you can just do a Christmas story? What's that, Mag? They did do Footloose. We're gonna make a video about Xena Goes Footloose a different time, but right now we're doing Xena Does Dickens because everybody does
Honored and
Dickens.
celebrated it. It's a time of rebirth for our wishes and our dreams. A time of coming together. Solstice means so much and touches us all so deeply.
I have a solstice wish.
At some point, Gabrielle regales the children with another Christmas story. This time, it's not so shit. And then the kids make a Christmas wish, and they're all, excited. Everything is gonna be good, right? Everybody's happy about Christmas, so they break in to the king's room again. And they're speeding up the Dickens story a little bit because now she's there as the first ghost to introduce them to the whole concept of the fact
Get
that
up.
there's gonna
Let
be
me
other
sleep.
ghosts.
Your commands have no sway over me. Rather, I command you to
There,
arise.
but then the immediate the first ghost, the ghost of Christmas past is there. It's the ghost of his dead wife.
Dear husband.
Mother?
Stop! Come no closer. I am but a shadow from your past.
Who we find out isn't actually dead.
You've grieved long enough. You must forget my death on that solstice eve so long ago.
Death? What do you mean? You didn't die? You walked out on me.
Yeah, I don't know where that story came from, but she's not dead. She just left him on Christmas, and he's just a miserable piece of shit about Christmas because it reminds him that he's an unlovable, unfuckable chud, and his wife left him, so he's outlawed Christmas because of it. So it's all coming together as a good Christmas miracle. They do a little bit of improv to make it work when they find out that his wife's not dead, and they get it done. He's right scared. So now ghost one is one and done, right? Man's gonna be changed. Still, of course not. There's more than one ghost. It's Dickens. So anyway, Gabrielle, she's done her little shtick. She goes to find the donkey.
Tobias. Good job, boy. Now where's Santa Claus?
Santa Claus is gone home. He ran into danger, and whenever there's like the littlest bit of danger, he just caves. So he fled. Xena has gone back to do round 2 now with the ghost, where she's now going to do the ghost of Christmas present.
Am I to understand that you are...
Lachesis, second of the fates, here to show you your present.
Where she's going to take the king into town and let him see how much everybody fucking hates him because he's like...
Tonight we go among your subjects, as anonymous to them as they are to you.
Gabrielle goes to confront Santa Claus.
What happened?
2 guards came by. If I hadn't run, I don't know what would have happened.
Oh, all these toys. That means so much to the orphans too, don't you think? Every child could have a toy of his very own.
That would be true if they were legal, which they aren't.
They don't need a house, they need toys. That's the answer. Christmas is safe. It's a Christmas miracle. And so Xena, of course, takes the king not just into town. She takes him to the orphanage, and one of the little shits just starts like roasting the king.
The charity of your king and country is legendary. Our king? Charitable? You really are strangers here.
I'm like, what kind of asshole is gonna put a bunch of kids out on the street on Christmas of all fucking days?
Is that so?
Absolutely. You've heard of Midas, right? Greediest man in the world, until Hercules helped him. Well, our king makes him look like Lady Bountiful.
And the king's just like gotta take it, right? Because he can't be like, well, I'm the king. He's undercover boss in the whole situation, so he's just pretending to be some dude. people don't know what the king looks like. They don't get to see him up close, right? He's just some guy that they've never met. He's not a really good king. Nobody knows what he looks like. They probably don't know his like real name. They definitely don't know his birthday. And even if they did, like, they probably aren't allowed to celebrate it. The children at the orphanage at some point sing a Christmas carol. To, I don't know, really drive home the holiday spirit and get that king's heart just fucking pounding. You know he wants to yell at them all. So they're like singing their Christmas carols, and then the guards come in to evict them, and the king's like, hold up, like, guys, I'm the king, and they don't believe him.
Halt! You're under arrest by order of the king.
Don't be absurd. I am the king.
Right, and I'm the queen of the Amazons. Seize them!
Nobody knows what he looks like. He's in disguise. Sure, it's not really a good one. There's no makeup. His regular face and everything, but nobody knows what the king looks like. They don't care about him. Their facial recognition memory is only going to people that matter, and he is not one of the people that matter. He's outlawed Christmas. They all hate him, even his own people. So they don't know what he looks like, and they're like, you're not the king. Go fuck yourself. So the king has this problem where he is a big pussy, and he faints under the littlest bit of stress and everything. So he gets worked up over the fact that his guards don't know who he is, and so he faints.
Me, their king!
You and your friend better go.
I'm not going anywhere.
Xena, thank the gods it's you. The guards in the basement have escaped.
Believe me, Lionel, that is the least of our worries.
He allows Xena to come out of costume, which is good because it, allows them to keep the ruse going a little bit longer. And now they leave the king somewhere because he's unconscious, and they got to go deal with everything else that's going to go down now. So Gabrielle and Santa Claus show up through
Go and see to the kids.
And now the gang is back together again. So now Gabrielle's there with Santa Claus. They got the toys. Xena's there. The guards are there to fight. So instead of being a bloodbath in front of all the children, they're still doing this non-violent way. But now, instead of doing... The king's unconscious. They don't need to worry about the Dickens story.
Let the games begin.
So they can lose the Dickens thing, and they're now going Home Alone style, and they're using toys as weapons to fight off the guards who have real weapons and are trained to kill. There's a moment where Gabrielle uses her body to distract the guards because this is the 90s and objectifying women is like 90% of the show.
Come and get your solstice present and help me play with it.
Maybe less than that, but it's very much an okay thing to do at the time. So they have her doing like this little hula dance, and the guards are like, oh, I'm gonna fuck that chick. They're not. She is Xena's hetero and lesbian life partner. Now the king wakes up. He sees like a shadowy, cloaked figure, and he starts like crying. And
can it change if I change my life? Please, I don't want to die alone. I've lived that way for 30 years. I can't.
Professing his love for his ex-wife, and talking about how he's going to be a changed man. So now the king runs out. He joins in on the Home Alone antics.
Great stocking stuffers.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Thanks.
They're still not doing any real fighting. They're just Home Aloneing it.
This guy's driving me nuts.
I'll give you $50 if you pay.
Ready!
The kids have joined in. The king has joined in. And then they start pelting the guards with pillows. Down feathers are flying everywhere. Again, these are armed guards who are losing to toys. So there's Christmas puns. There's more Home Alone antics. There's a down pillow fight. Feathers fly. Everything's over, right? The guards have lost. The king is now like a changed man. What more can happen?
Your Majesty, this is the woman who runs the orphanage. Her name's...
Analia.
Yes.
Well, the last ghost comes out from the back room, and it's actually the king's ex-wife. And so she comes out and she, takes the king back because he's a changed man now. So she, even though it was her leaving him that made him become a piece of shit, I guess he was already a piece of shit. But he's gonna change all of that, not just the extra shittiness. He's gonna be a new king, and the orphanage is saved. Everything is good. The king is definitely gonna murder all of those guards that didn't believe him. They scoffed at him when he said he was the king.
I am the king.
Right, and I'm the queen of the Amazons.
They are gonna die, like all of them. That is gonna be the Christmas present for the king, is the beheading of all of those guards. But now the episode is ending, so Xena and Gabrielle are moseying on to the next town. That's what they do. They come in, they solve the problem, and then they leave. They go on to the next town, like the littlest hobo. And while they're on their way, they got the donkey still, and they see a couple with a newborn baby. The implication is clear.
Could you tell us which is the road going west?
You're on it. There's a town on the way if you're looking for food and shelter. We'd be happy to help you get there.
You're very kind, but we're in a hurry. Come to
It's not baby Jesus. It's baby Justin Bieber. Santa Claus was there. It's Justin Bieber. And Gabrielle's just like, here, take our donkey. We don't need the donkey.
Call it a solstice gift. For the baby.
May God smile on you always for your kindness.
They got a horse with them. I don't remember them having a horse when they walked in at town at the start. But that doesn't matter. Sometimes Xena has a horse. Sometimes she doesn't. Who knows where they left it? But either way, they have a horse. They don't need the donkey. So they give the donkey to this couple with their newborn baby. And that's the end of the episode. Because Xena saved Christmas. That's all that matters. Xena saved Christmas. Santa Claus is good to go back to making toys for all the good boys and girls of the lands. What did you think? Did you like the episode? Do you think Kevin Sorbo is a peanut? And leave other comments about what you thought of the episode of my video. Do you want to see me talk about Xena Goes Footloose? Because I bet you have no idea what's gonna happen. I bought season 2 and I will buy more to make these. Until then, leave comments and stuff and we'll